you guys
Oh
doing?
yeah, sorry, I don't mean to mess with
This
you.
is Adam. This is Christy Snow.
I was just trying to check like if it had like an extra output.
It's just going straight into the direct box and then into channel 3. So if you just want to do hi. Have I met you before?
No, man, I haven't.
Nice to meet you. If you just want to have it on the board straight up, it's usually so no highs or I mean have highs.
So you already got the info order. Alright, did you want to start with
I think the second one. This one.
or
The other one. I like them both a lot. But that one has an extra like little. Yeah, it has a little extra something. Let's keep that one. But they're both really good.
I agree.
Yeah. He's getting a little sound check real quick. In the back country of Brazil, I met a young brother that made me feel that I could accomplish anything. Just like me, he wanted to sing. You gonna dance with? You gonna dance with us? What's her name? Nicole, you gonna dance for us today? That would be so awesome. It makes me happy. In the back country of Brazil, I met a young brother that made me feel that I could accomplish anything. See, just like me, he wanted to sing. He had no windows and no doors. He lived a simple life, he was extremely poor. On top of all that, had no eyesight. That didn't keep him from seeing the light. He said, what's it like in the USA? But what do you think, Adam? Is that good? Yeah, it's good. Thank you. All right, cool. Thank you. Say something into the microphone. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Hey, check 1, 2, 1. Hey, bada bada swing, bada bada bada. Look at me, 5, 96. And we give it 6, we give it 7, we give it 7, we give it 7 again, we get 10, we get 10, we get 10. We good? No, I used to go with my dad in the tobacco market. I love it. Listen to that and be like, whoa. It's like magic. From the inside out, I'm so happy. I just wanna shout. One life living is you and me. One life shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living is you and me. One life shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. I'm shining.
Check, check.
Break it down. One life, one life, one person next to you. Say God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love, we come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love. Now look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life, every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite. In honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together. 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 In the name of love. We come together. 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 In the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together.
I see joy, I see peace, I see goodness surrounding me. I see love in every breath I breathe. I see
Check.
God in everything. I see happiness, I see freedom. I see the beauty that lives in me. I see perfection in what life brings. I see God in everything. I feel joy, I feel peace, I feel goodness surrounding me. I feel love in every breath I breathe. I feel God in everything. I feel happiness, I feel freedom. I feel the beauty that lives in me. I feel perfection in what life brings. I feel God in everything. I choose joy, I choose peace, I choose goodness surrounding me. I choose love in every breath.
Good morning, everybody. We're going to start in just a few minutes. It's a great day here at Unity of Metairie. We have an awesome guest speaker and musician, Rev Christy Snow. We welcome everybody that's already joining us online on Facebook. Welcome all of you love streamers out there. So sit back, relax, get a little snack if you'd like. We're going to be starting in just about 3 or 4 minutes. So welcome everybody.
Perfections in what life brings. I know God.
Faith can make a mountain move.
Good morning, everybody. Give me a little more volume, Adam. Good morning. Hello. Test. 4. Still a little bit more. Test. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Unity of Metairie. Everybody feeling great today? It's a beautiful day. Cut off the CD too, please. You can still hear that. We're so glad you're here joining us. If you're here in the space with us this morning, or if you're watching us on Facebook, we have a wonderful guest today who's going to be speaking and sharing music, Rev Christy Snow. So sit back and relax, enjoy yourself, and welcome to Unity of Metairie this morning, you guys.
You're welcome here, just the way you are. You're wanted here, so open up your heart. And that's your part to sing along if you'd like to. Here goes. You are welcome here, just the way you are. Just the way you are. You're wanted here. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. So open up your heart. Put all your fears and all your doubts aside. Let go of all the hurts you hold inside. Why? Because you are welcome here, just the way you are. Just the way you are. You're wanted. You are wanted here. So open up your heart. Can you feel the love of all who've gathered round? You're worthy of the gift right now. You are worthy of this gift of love right now. 'Cause you are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. Who'd have known that who you are is enough? And who'd have known that you could be so loved? We knew that. Yes, we knew. And now you know. Yes, we knew. And now you know. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. One more time, you got it now. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here. Big finish, here we go. So open up your heart. Nice.
All right, y'all.
Now that you're warmed up, this one's really easy. I sing my love, I dance my joy,
No, just stand for this.
and I live my peace.
Come on, y'all.
I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. That's the way I like it. That's the way, I like it, That's the way I like it. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. That's the way I the way, I like it, that's the way, I like it. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. That's the way, I like it, let me hear you. I like it. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. Last time, you know you want to. That's the way, I like it, that's the way, I like it.
All right,
Nice singing.
let's take just a moment and say hello to our spiritual family with some hugs and handshakes, y'all. Welcome, everybody. It's a celebration. All right, y'all, let's get in that last hug, that last handshake. So how's everybody doing today? So nice. Welcome, welcome, everybody. So how do you like having this summer in December? I love it. So welcome. We welcome you here. If you've been here all 40 years, if you're here for the very first time, we welcome your presence here. Unity is a philosophical way to live. We honor all lifestyles, all spiritual paths. We believe that wherever you are, God is. And so wherever you are, God is within you in this moment. And that goes for everybody watching us today on Facebook Live. And I know I'm jealous because you're probably in your pajamas drinking coffee, but welcome. Come and see us sometime, actually, right out here in Metairie. Let's all just take a big old deep breath and become centered. As best you can, begin to let go of all that stuff going on and anything happening in your life, as we know that right here and right now, you are exactly where you need to be. We're grateful to know this as we come together this morning with love on a very special day here. We're so grateful for this spiritual family that nourishes us, that supports us, that feeds us. We believe that church is in the heart. Church is within each and every one of us. Church is that presence of love that's always accessible to us. For that we say, thank you, God, for our wonderful spiritual family, and so it is. So welcome. I'm so excited today. We have a lot of wonderful things going on. I wanted to ask if anybody's here for the very first time, simply raise your hand. We're not going to embarrass you too much. We have one back here and one over here, Bill. Here comes Sue. We're going to give you this packet here, if you wouldn't mind taking a look at that after the service. It lets you know a lot about Unity, what we do here locally and what Unity does all around the world. We're about 130 years old, but looking pretty good to be that old, I would say. If you wouldn't mind as well, there's a little sheet on the back. If you would fill this out and drop it in the offering at the end and let us know what you thought about the service and give us your email address to make sure we can stay in touch with you. So we welcome you and honor your presence here. So glad you joined us. As you can see, we're a friendly bunch. So a lot of hugs and love and handshakes and all those good things. So welcome everybody. Once again, as we come together now, we allow ourselves to begin to become still and quiet. Just grateful that we have come together as a spiritual community, seeing the beauty outside and beginning to experience the beauty within us. For in this moment, this group of people in this space, in this time, will never ever happen exactly like this again. So this is a holy, sacred, and special moment. And for that, we are so, so grateful. So speaking of wonderful things, we have some kids here today. We're going to bring them up and thank these girls for singing with us this morning. That was awesome. That was beautiful. And I don't know if we have any visiting kids, but they're welcome to join us. We have a wonderful youth program that happens every Sunday morning as we have our service out here. And everyone watching us on Facebook, if you have some kids of all ages, just bring them here to service. They learn these life-affirming principles in their own way that we learned back there. I'm sure they have a lot more fun than we do back there, and we appreciate Paula and Brenda for all they do with this wonderful group of kids. I always like to remind everybody that we can also send this blessing to children all over the world. They don't have to be present here to feel our love and to feel our energy and know that they are loved. And that's my prayer today. May they be loved. May they know who they are. May they realize that within them is something special and great and unique. As we say to these young, beautiful girls and all to children all around the world, say with me here, we bless you. We see you loved, guided, and protected by God's presence. And of course, New Orleans style, we love you hard, hard, hard. We swear to God. All right, y'all. So before we get more into the service and into our time of prayer meditation, I wanted to introduce our special guest so that she can just come up after the meditation and do her thing. I met Christy almost 20 years ago at a conference in California. She's like the sister from another mister, or what is that, a brother from another mother? I don't know. You get all that mixed up. But you know how sometimes you find somebody on your path and there's just a lot of parallels about your path. She'll call and say, I just got a new red car. And I was like, I just got a new red car. Hey, I'm starting yoga. I just signed up for yoga. Hey, you know, and on and on. And so we have a path, and it's wonderful to have someone like that you can share your journey, that understands. And so she's here with us today. Christy has traveled all over the world. We're so blessed to have her right here in Metairie. She has CDs of original music. She's a master Native American flute player. She's a dynamic speaker. She's got a lot of music for you to take home. She's going to do a workshop after church today about creating peace. Invite everyone to stay. We're going to have some sandwiches. But she's just a wonderful, big-hearted person. She's currently the spiritual director of a brand new spiritual community in Charlotte, North Carolina. As a matter of fact, our Leslie Burrell, that many of us remember that moved to Charlotte, has contacted her, and she's attended some of her services. So I'd like for you, just go ahead and stand, Christy, and say hello. Hey. Rev Christy Snow, y'all. Yeah, she's going to wave to the camera. Hey. That's the other thing, too. Me ham, her ham. Same kind of thing. So as we move into that deeper time of prayer meditation, I would invite you to go ahead and silence your cell phone. Anything else that might create a noise or disturbance as we begin to move into that sacred space within. As much as we talk and as much as we hear things being said, as many books as we read, as many workshops as we go to, all of these things are wonderful. They open our hearts, they teach us new tools to live. But the most important thing that we can do with our spiritual path and in our daily life is to become still during the day, either through meditation or through gardening or yoga, however you do it. Because there is a source of life within you. There's a place within you where nothing is impossible. There's a place within you where the very presence of God abides and lives. And so this morning, together, my intention is that we collectively move into that no space, the space of nothingness within all of us, where this powerful, loving, healing presence lives. And in order to do that, we have to relax and listen to that still, small voice. So in this moment, just allow yourself to begin to let go, feel your body relax, begin to watch your breath as you breathe deeply, as we listen to these encouraging thoughts from the Daily Word.
Today's daily word is faith for the first Sunday in Advent. Sunday, December 2nd, 2018. Through faith, I am centered and guided every step of every day. My faith is more than a passive state of being. It is an active energy that empowers my thoughts and brings them into manifestation in this human experience. I am always expressing faith in something, either spiritual truth or dualistic illusion. I am grateful for the growing awareness that allows me to recognize where I am placing my faith and to make the conscious creative choices through each day. If I find myself giving my faith to thoughts of lack or limitation, I shift my focus to the spiritual substance that can accomplish all things through me. It is by embracing this understanding of faith that I create a new consciousness, choice by choice. Today's daily word is taken from James 1:6, and it reads, "But ask in faith, never doubting, for the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind."
So we take these words within on this first weekend of Advent. As we come to recognize this holy season, Unity looks at the season of Christmas very differently than what some of us are used to and accustomed to. Although we celebrate the birth, more importantly, we celebrate the awakening and the rebirth of us remembering that we are actually the Christ child. We are God made flesh. We are the presence and power of God, the hands, the feet, the voice of the divine. So during this holiday season, may our minds be open to remember this more clearly as we begin to see ourselves as the babe in the manger. Holy, blessed, loved, forever safe. And we know that right here, right now, we are exactly where we need to be. All of life is unfolding exactly as it should, even if it doesn't look that way. For there's a loving, guiding, beneficent presence that is always taking us in the right direction, always guiding us, always ready to listen if we're willing to quiet our thoughts, quiet our minds. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that all is well right here, right now. Right here, right now. hearts are open to the love that's found right here, right now. Right here, right now. We have come into the presence of God, and our hearts are open to the love that's found right here, right now. One more time as a prayer. Right here, right now. We have come into the presence of God, and our hearts are open to the love that's found right here, right now. And so this morning, as part of our prayer meditation, we light our Christ candle, which stands here symbolically of this one power, this one presence. This Christ candle represents the power of God within you. It represents the oneness, realizing that each of us is an individualized expression of this beautiful tapestry that is life. This amazing presence that is God. So this candle burns as we awaken and remember who we are, the beloved, the holy. So I'd like to ask Christy to join me for this time of prayer and meditation. As I mentioned earlier, the reason we do this together as a group is that nothing is more powerful than moving into the stillness, into the nothingness together. Energetically letting go of our surroundings and turning all of our focus and energy within. For there's a place within you now that is timeless and ageless and holy. This place can only be reached as we allow ourselves to become still and quiet. You to allow your body to relax, letting go of any tension you may be holding on to, releasing any stress. May your legs feel free and loose, releasing any tension in your abdomen, your chest. Feel your shoulders gently drop. Your forehead and your neck relax. Feel your face begin to soften, becoming completely still. Begin to watch your breath. As you breathe in deeply, and then exhale. Become the watcher of your breath, focusing on your breath as it comes into your body. Then watch it as it exhales. Completely surrendering to this moment, to the perfection of this holy instant. Breathing. If you become distracted, just simply bring your attention back to your breath. Here and now. Use your breath as a gateway into the stillness. And just as your body has relaxed, take a moment and look at your thoughts. See what thoughts are there. Allow them to be, and simply begin to allow your mind to unwind, releasing tension, judgment. As best you can, allow your thoughts to become empty. Allow your mind to become empty, open. Begin to pay attention to the gap between your thoughts and the emptiness. For in this sacred space between your thoughts, in the nothingness, this is where miracles happen. This is where you are healed, transformed. For in this sacred silence, you have access to your very essential self, your true self. The only thing about you that is real. Spirit. The part of you that was here before you were born is within you now. It's the only thing you will leave this experience with. This is you. Created in the image and likeness of God. Forever loving, forever loved, safe, whole, perfect, we surrender to this silence where we begin to see ourselves as God sees us in beauty, light, perfection, timeless, ageless. And so we rest in the stillness. In the silence.
Let's anchor this sacred silence, the deep breath together. Let's actually do that 2 more times together. Another breath right here. And on this third exhale, let's take it in deep and let's exhale audibly, making sure we're back in the room together. There we are. Come back into your body. That jack can take you out into the ethers, can't he? That was beautiful. Thank you so much. Good morning. You're absolutely beautiful. It's good to see you. 'Tis the season to be happy and jolly and triggered. We're going to talk about that a little bit today. That this is truly a wonderful time of year, and for a lot of people, it's a time of year that things come up. And I say yay to that. This is good. So today during the talk and this afternoon in the workshop, I'm going to be talking about reframing, reclaiming our lives, really. Reframe, rename, reclaim the events and the situations in your life to be for you, because they are. And we can look at anything that stresses us and take it into a positive. And we can feel that, what we just felt. That's beautiful. I encourage us to not just feel it on Sunday morning for about 10 minutes, right? Let's feel it every day. Let's live in that place. That's what I want for myself, and that's what I strive for. It feels good just to think about, doesn't it? So I am by no means going to start preaching Course in Miracles to you, because you have the Course in Miracles guru in-house. He's been studying it a very, very long time, and he still blows my mind. Sometimes he'll call me up and he'll quote something, and then he says, "You're staring straight forward, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of am." That was deep. But there is a Course in Miracles quote that I love very much. I even know the lesson, Jack. It's lesson 330. And it is, "I will not harm myself again today." See, what happens a lot of times is things come up for us around holidays, around any time really. Things come up for us, And it could be something that happened or was said 20 years ago. And all of a sudden, we're reharming ourselves. We're reharming ourselves with our thoughts. Instead of, we could reframe into a positive thought, because guess what? Those thoughts that you think a lot are going to become beliefs that attract experiences, yay and whoopsie, all at the same time. So we get to decide if it's a yay or a whoopsie based on what we're thinking all the time. What are we perseverating upon? And so thinking about what we think about, really. Paying attention to what we think about helps us to not reharm ourselves. We become able to anchor positive thoughts in our experience. But we have to start with paying attention, don't we? We have to start with paying attention. What is really coming up for me? And I was thinking about this morning, one of the times when I first started really getting this, and when you first start to get this type of new thought philosophy, you'll be walking down the street and all of a sudden a thought will come and you're like, oh, God, I'm creating. You know, don't freak out. It doesn't happen, thank God, right away. Just calm down, take a breath. But do catch it and reframe it into something that you want to believe, you want to anchor, you want to live in. So you feel, so you are, right? What you want to think and feel into. Pay attention to that. So I was thinking back to many years ago, like 20 years ago, when I first started in the teaching of Science of Mind that I'm ordained in, which is a sister philosophy to Unity. The folks that founded Unity and the man that founded Science of Mind were peers and studied with Emma Curtis Hopkins, and that's a whole other story. But anyway, so I was just getting my head around this whole new thought philosophy of affirming what I want for my life. And I was a full-time touring musician. I traveled up to Madison, Wisconsin, wonderful little town, and I had managed to land a gig at this wonderful little cafe that had a music program that they brought in some really great musicians, and it was owned by two women. I thought, yay, I'm going to get the women's music crowd. It's going to be a slam dunk. This is going to be great. I get there. It's pouring down rain, like tornado warnings everywhere, which was not a great start to the day. And then I'm like, where is everybody? I mean, the owners weren't even there. I'm like, there's like 3 people in the whole place. What is going on? And someone says, oh, yeah, short straw for you. Melissa Etheridge is playing down the street. I was like, huh. Yeah, she's been doing that a little bit longer than me at that point, and was a little better known. So, yeah, she got all the crowd. And so immediately I started thinking, you know, the owners should have known better. And, oh, you know, I stink. Nobody wants to come hear me. That's what it is. It's my consciousness. Nobody wants to come. And I was like, wait a minute. No. Well, maybe I do need to reframe something in my consciousness. Okay, how about I reframe that I am in the perfect place. I'm at the right place with the right people at the right time doing the right work. And that who I am attracts the right people to listen to me. And that everything is working out for me. And I started just spouting this stuff, even though I was kind of like there were 2 parts of me in there. You know, and one going, yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? And the other one going, shut up. I'm talking here. And I'm trying to affirm here. Get thee behind me, Satan. Come on. So I'm having this talk with myself, right? And it turns out, as I continue to affirm, I don't have to know how that these 3 people are my good, but this is my good. This is my good. As I was journaling about this, by the way, side note, I wrote, this is my God. Huh, typo? Maybe not. Anyway, so this is my good, this is my God. So I was affirming this. It turns out I took a break. It turns out that one of those 3 or 4 people worked for a middle school in town. Now, what you don't know is that I had been saying affirmative prayers for weeks, wanting to work with children, wanting to get into the school system with my songs and empower children with music. So out of the whopping crowd I had, one of them was whoever in charge. I don't remember if she was superintendent or principal or whatever, but person in charge of this middle school. And they were having a pep rally the next day. And she said, you know, I really feel like our children need to hear some empowering songs like you write. Are you free tomorrow? Why, yes, I am. And I went and I sang to all these middle schoolers, and it was awesome to sing songs of empowerment to these kids. And I get back to Charlotte, and a friend of mine said, you know, if only you had just one school under your belt, just one that I could go to my principal and say, she's done this before, we can hire her. And I said, well, as a matter of fact, I was just touring last week in Madison, Wisconsin, and she was like, really? And she got me into the Charlotte-Mecklenburg school system. Why? Because I didn't sit in and anchor in the energy and the vibration and the thought of, nobody wants to hear me. And you know, these people stink. I can't believe they didn't think better than to book me on the same night as Melissa Etheridge. Blah, 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 blah. No, I didn't sit in that. I caught myself and said, this is not where I want to live. That's not who I want to be. That's not where I want to live from. That's not the energy I want to live from, vibrate from, right? Reframing that stuff. Everything is working for my good. Everything is working for my good. I use that one to this day. When something, when people don't read your script, you ever had that happen? You know what I mean? Some of you shake your head a little harder than others, but the others are the ones that don't read our script, probably. Anyway, so when we think we know how something's supposed to go, how things are supposed to go, and then it's not happening. That's when I have to go, wait a second. They're not stupid. I'm not in control of everyone's life. And better than all of that, everything is working out for my good. I can let this go. Everything is working out for my good. I'm so excited to get that. It's such a much more stress-free place to live. Right now, as we speak, or maybe, 12:15, yeah, they're just finishing in Charlotte, our service there. And I told everyone it's a service from the community, for the community, to the community, because all of our folks are doing it today. We have one of our board members and one of our music team sharing the message, other people sharing music, and they all just came together and they were like, I would like to do that part. I would like to do that part. And they're just sharing it. And I'm able to be in this place of peace that, let me tell you something, 20 years ago, I would not have been able to be in a place of peace, and they wouldn't have been very peaceful either trying to read the script that I would have left them. That would have been 2 pages, font 10, front and back. Instead, I'm like, okay, God's got this. Everything's working out for my good, for your good, for our community's good. I'll be in Metairie, New Orleans. Bye. Have fun. It's going to be great. I know it's going to be awesome. That's a much better place to live. We can anchor that. It takes surrender, though. It takes surrendering into the moment and knowing that there is a power for good, and it uses through me. It uses me, and it's for me. There's a power for good. It lives within me. It expresses as me, uniquely as me. Uniquely as me. So as I'm saying, I know that the right and perfect people are being drawn to me, attracted to my gifts. And you might be sitting there going, yeah, but I'm not a minister or a musician. What are they going to be drawn to me for? Guess what? We each have our own unique, precious, perfect gifts. That beautiful song that Jack Fowler sings about being a tapestry. The tapestry wouldn't be complete without your gift and your gift and your gift. And maybe it's the way that you make the person's day when you check out in the grocery line, because you make eye contact and you say, Carla, man, it's good to see you. How are the kids? And in that moment, she remembers she's not insignificant. Maybe your unique gift is making eye contact. Notice I'm going back to the eye contact thing a lot because it's the window into the soul. Maybe it's making eye contact with the person on the street that everyone else has been walking by. Maybe it's making eye contact with your significant other. How many times do we live with someone, spend time with someone, and then go, whoa, hey, how you doing? Like, we really haven't connected. Thank goodness I don't have that experience in my life. But I've been there, right? I have a wonderful experience of connection I'm grateful for. But, I know what it's like not to have that. I know what it's like not to have that. I know what it's like to feel invisible in a relationship, in a room, in a crowd. And so our gifts are different. But we all have the gift of love. We all have the gift to show up and be love. My first teacher, one of my first teachers, Reverend David Leonard, I called him up when I was hired to be a minister, and I was kind of getting on the job training. I was not a minister, and they hired me as one. Does that sound familiar? Because the consciousness of ministry was there, just like it is for you all here in Metairie and has been for a long time. And so, but I called up freaking out to one of my teachers, David Leonard, and I said, it's kind of like a delayed reaction, like, whoopsie, I don't know what I'm doing, after the fact. And he just laughed. And I said, no, seriously, I don't know what I'm doing. I am clueless. How did I get here? I don't know what's going on. I'm hyperventilating. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to be a minister. I'm still. He said, honey, baby girl, just breathe. So when my students say, you say that a lot, I'm like, I know, because I had 2 teachers always telling me that I was holding my breath through life. So he said, just breathe, baby girl. Show up and be love. So when you have a friend, a relative who's being difficult, or maybe they have a diagnosis that's scary for both of you, and you think, how can I help this person right now? Maybe they have an addiction problem. Maybe they have whatever. And you think, I don't know what to do for this person. Show up and be love, and trust that that divine presence moving through you knows what to do when you don't. And it's using, by means of you, it's using you as a vessel. When we let it, to the degree that we get out of the way and let it, right? That's surrendering to the power and presence within me that knows how. Surrendering into that, having gratitude for everything, welcoming everything, making life welcome in our experience, and then being in service to ourselves, to our own growth, and to each other. Those are the three things that have gotten me through a lot of times that have felt very scary and difficult in my life. It's gotten me through times of depression, all kinds of scary, scary things. Surrender, gratitude, and service. I talk about it a lot. Surrender, gratitude, and service. There was a time when I was, back again, another story for you. It was good enough for Jesus to teach through stories, so I figure I can do that too. So there was a time when I was touring full time, and all my money to pay the rent and everything else came from my music gigs, right? And I got sick. Not only did I not have health insurance, I didn't have any money in the bank except what I got the week before that paid the bill, and then whoopsie. So now what, right? So here I am, it's probably 25 years ago, and I'm thinking, I don't even know how to pay my bills because I am so sick I can't even get out of bed. That went on for about 6 weeks. And I'm thinking, I'm going to get kicked out of my house. My sister owned it, so thank goodness for that. Didn't really get kicked out. Thanks, sis. But I wasn't able to pay her. I wasn't able to pay my bills. It was terrible. It was a yucky feeling. And here I am 6 weeks into this, and I'm thinking, I want to give my gift. And now, finally, I'm starting to feel better. And but gigs take a few months to happen, right? You book something, and then it's 2 or 3 months later, usually, that they happen. And so I'm thinking, well, now that I'm better, I don't have any money, but I do have my gifts to give. That was the surrendering into what do I do now? I'm grateful for the fact that I can sing. It's not going to make me any money right now, but I'm grateful to the fact, and that was my mindset. That was something I would tell you to cancel clear now, because you never know when you're going to make money, because the job is not your source. God is your source. Side note. So surrender, gratitude for my gifts. How can I give them? How can I give my gifts? So I'm sitting on the couch, watching TV, and this ad comes on, a domestic violence ad. And I had been in an abusive relationship years before. I know it's kind of funny to believe that someone that gets called sir more than they get called ma'am could ever be on the receiving end of that, but it's true. And my heart just broke open for the people in that video and for people in that situation, and I wanted to give. And the next ad was for a girls' home, for girls who had been raised in an environment where there was abuse. And I was like, okay, God, what's happening right now? And it was just across the state line in South Carolina. So I called them. I said, hey, I know you don't know me. I don't know you. But I'm a singer-songwriter. I've been sick for a couple of months, so I wasn't able to book anything. And now I have all this time, and I feel better, and I want to sing. And more importantly than that, I want to serve your mission and your girls. She goes, that's amazing. We were trying to figure out how to bring them together in some type of an event that would be fun for them. And they planned a concert. And I had fun with these 25 girls who were living in this home, who had come from this place that I had lived in, that I could relate to. And I related with those girls, and it changed me. And I know it changed them. It made a difference. Why? Because instead of feeling sorry for myself that I was out of work for 6 weeks and that I didn't have money, and oh my gosh, it's going to be another 6 weeks or 12 weeks before I get money, instead of living in that, it was, no, God's my source. I don't know where it's going to come from, but I do know that I have a gift to give, and I can give it, and I'm going to do that. Surrender, gratitude, service. Money started coming. Jobs started coming. From the Wisconsin thing, from the other school thing, from the girls' home, all that was around the same time, because I was just, I don't know. But the power and presence within me does. And I surrender to it. I'm grateful for my gifts. And I'm serving, looking for ways to serve. I think that's the difference, really, in my life, in where I'm at right now, is that I live to express. And I don't just mean gifts, quote, unquote. Just mean express. I live to express. I hope to always live to express instead of acquire. You know what I mean by that? Living to express rather than acquire. I'll give you an example. When we started the church in Charlotte, which, by the way, that's one of my big highlights since I was here last. I founded the Carolina Center for Spiritual Awakening in Charlotte in January. So we're almost at a year now, and it's amazing and so much fun. And when we started, we were meeting in a couple of different places, and one of the places was a very small room, and it would hold like 45 chairs or so, and we didn't have anywhere for the kids to go. And we had 4 or 5 kids out of this small group already. And I was like, we have to do something for the kids. I want to serve the kids. I wanted to express. I wasn't saying, how do I get a room for the kids? How do I get a teacher for the kids, right? That's an acquiring mind. How do I get? How do I get? I just said, how do I love the kids? How do I love the kids? Now, this is not to pat myself on the back. I just think it's an awesome example because I didn't even know what I was doing. I was just loving the kids. I love kids, right? So I was loving on the kids, and I was like, well, they're going to be bored if they have to sit there and listen to me give a talk the whole time. And then whatever, I try to be entertaining, but sometimes kids get bored. Not boring. They're never boring. And so I know I'll do a 5-minute recap at the end of the message, kid style. So I went to the store and I bought these fun blankets, and I put them on the floor at the end of the message. After I brought it to a close for the adults, I would say, okay, come up here, kids. And we'd throw the blankets. They would help me. We'd put the blankets down. We'd sit on the floor together, and I would break it down, what I just said in a kid's story that I would write the night before. It was more work, but it was fun. It was fun. I was just expressing. I wanted to love on them. 2 weeks later, maybe, might have even been the first time I did it. I don't know. It happened really fast. 2 people came up and said, I'd like to work with the youth. Within a month, we had a bigger place where they have their own room. Now we have a youth director and like 6 youth teachers and kids from little tiny to teenagers, and because I want to love on the kids, right? So living in that place of expressing rather than acquiring. I had Unity. One of my friends who's a Unity minister out in Wilmington. She teaches Unity ministers, and she had her class Zoom with me, do a little video conference. And that was the main question. They wanted to know, so how did you, I think the term is plant. How did you plant the church? How did you plant? What advice would you give for planting a church? That's what it's called. And I just said that very thing. Express. Just live to express. Not to, oh, I got to get the right building at the right part of town, at the right people, at the right. When you express and you surrender and you trust and you're grateful and you're serving, you attract. And that's true for your own life. But it takes changing that perspective, having a shift in our mind to reframe something before we live in it and create something we don't want. Before we live in that place of, I'm not worthy. Or we live in that place of, no one wants to be with me, no one wants to hire me, no one wants to be my roommate, whatever it is that you're wanting to have in your life, live in the energy of expressing from that. I know that I am a worthy, magnificent, beautiful child of the beloved, and that I attract to me the right and perfect people at the right and perfect time and place, doing the right and perfect thing. That shift in perception takes a little work sometimes to get used to, right? It takes a little work. I have some tools I want to share with you this afternoon, so I hope you'll stay. We're going to bring you some food in so you won't starve. And it's about shifting that perception, though, shifting your mindset from the world is out to get me and it's doing something to me, to the world is just an expression, an extension of the divine. Everything is moving through me, for me. Everything is moving through me, for me. I am a divine vessel. I'm a vessel for divine love. I'm a vessel, you're a vessel for divine love to show up. Just show up and be love. And trust. I'm at the right place, at the right time, with the right people, doing the right thing. Look around. Say that with me. I'm at the right place, with the right people, at the right time, doing the right thing, and so it is. Yes. Song I've been enjoying playing that kind of speaks to perspective. It speaks to that shift in perspective. It's actually an India Ari song that I love quite a lot. Back when I had a little, thought that I needed a lot. A little was overrated, but a lot was a little too complicated. See, 0 didn't satisfy me, 1,000,000 didn't make me happy. And that's when I learned the lesson. It's all about your perception. Are you a pauper or a superstar? So you act, so you feel, so you are. It's not about the size of your car. It's about the size of the faith in your heart. There's hope. Doesn't cost a thing to smile. Don't have to play to laugh. You better thank God for that. Yeah, there's hope. Doesn't cost a thing to smile. Don't have to pay to laugh. You can thank God for that. In the back country of Brazil, I met a young brother that made me feel that I could accomplish anything. See, just like me, he wanted to sing. He had no windows and no doors. He lived a simple life, was extremely poor. On top of all that, he had no eyesight, but that didn't keep him from seeing the light. He said, "What's it like in the USA, bud?" All I did was complain. He said, "Living here is paradise." Taught me paradise is in your mind. There's hope. Doesn't cost a thing to smile. You don't have to pay to laugh. You better thank God for that. Yeah, there's hope. Doesn't cost a thing to smile. Don't have to pay to laugh. You can thank God for that. Every time I turn on the TV, somebody's acting crazy. If you let it, it'll drive you crazy. But I'm taking back my power today. You see, gas prices keep on rising. The government keeps on lying. But I gotta keep on surviving. Keep doing my best, the best I can. Yes, hope. Doesn't cost a thing to smile. You don't have to pay to laugh. You better thank God for that. Yeah, there's hope. Doesn't cost a thing to smile. Don't have to pay to laugh. You can thank God for that. There's hope. Stand up for your rights. Keep shining your light. Show the world your smile. There's hope. Stand up for your rights. Keep shining your light. Show the world your smile. There's hope. Doesn't cost a thing to smile. You don't have to pay to laugh. You can thank God for that. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. I love it. Y'all give it up again for Christy. So wonderful. I hope that you have enjoyed that. I know it was inspiring for me. And please do plan to stay afterwards. What's going to happen is we're going to get rolling almost right after church is over. And then I'm going to go get us some sandwiches and vegetable trays. And she's going to start the workshop and about creating peace, which is very important now, especially during the holidays for all of us. And then she's going to take a break when I get back, and we can all have a little snack together. So please plan to stay, enjoy this. This is where we really get to dig in deeply. Also, Christy has some wonderful, beautiful CDs of original music, so take some of that home with you as well. But once again, we love having you here. Christy's also going to be here Tuesday night doing a concert. And then Wednesday after that, she'll be doing meditation with me as well. So we got it's 6 flags over Christy Snow this week. So we come to that point where we give to our spiritual community our tithes and offering. And so grateful to everyone that supports our spiritual family. As we give this morning, we know that it comes back to us. There's a law of supply in the universe. As we give, it flows to us. There's an unlimited source within all of us, this presence of God that is never ending. So some of you have noticed the last few weeks we've had kind of low attendance, and we're just letting it be what it is. But help us to spread the word and get the ideas out there that we're evolving, we're expanding, we're changing, we're allowing Spirit to do what it needs to do. But I will share with you that the last few weeks we've been a little bit low in our offering just because of low attendance. If there's anything extra you can give today, it would be very much appreciated. We appreciate everyone that supports this wonderful ministry, that we can have someone like Christy Snow come all the way from Charlotte and share with us today. So thank you. And also, before we begin receiving the offering here, I want to invite everyone watching on Facebook today. If you've been inspired by what you see today and enjoyed the music and the message, you can also give by simply looking at the post below what you're watching right now. And there's a click there. With one click, you can easily and securely give to our spiritual community with PayPal or any credit card. So we appreciate you watching and being part of our service today as well. So here at Unity, we actively bring forth our tithe and offering as an act of faith. There's a basket up here where you see the candles burning. We drop our offering there and pick up an affirmation to take with you through the day. If you prefer to stay seated, that's totally fine. Just simply raise your hand and an usher can meet you there. And if you're giving with a credit card, Bill is out in the Welcome Center where you came in, and he can meet you there to give it electronically or with a credit card. And I have to say one thing, I'm so happy to have Bill back with us. He has been out like over a month, and man, have I felt it with all the stuff that he does here. He's such a blessing, and I'm so happy to drive up this morning and see the signs out on Veterans Boulevard. I'm like, Bill is back, yay! So grateful for him, but you can meet him out there if you'd like to give with a credit card. So we affirm this morning that we are blessed, we are grateful for all that we have. We know that unity of Metairie is a great idea in the mind of God. So as we bring our offering forward, we sing together, we are so blessed, so grateful for all that we have. Thank you, God, as we give this morning. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. Together we can say we are so blessed, we are so blessed, we are so grateful for all that we have. We are so blessed, we are so blessed, we are so grateful, we are so blessed, we are so grateful, we are so blessed. And once again, let's take it inward and say, I am so blessed. It is the truth. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. And we are so grateful today. Thank you, everyone that supports our spiritual community. You know what I was thinking about today as Christy was playing on guitar? We keep visioning and knowing, and we're actually getting this together. We have some musicians that are wanting to play, and we're still in the process of putting that together. But doesn't it feel good to have live music in the space? You know, isn't that just great? I mean, you know, we use the background songs when necessary and keeps the energy rolling and everything and sounds good. But help us to vision and know that live music energy that you feel, that you heard when Chris was playing, that we can have that every week with a full band and maybe a bass player and a drummer and the whole shkabill and sheboggan. So if that's a word, I don't know. But anyway, as she was playing, I was thinking of that goes right in line with our visioning. So once again, thank you everyone that gave today. As I said earlier, just a few announcements before we head out. Christy has come all the way from Charlotte. She's graciously come here. And one of the ways that traveling people, and I know this myself, I traveled for 10 years, the way their income flows is when you buy their music. So, you know, it's Christmas time. These are great stocking stuffers. If you want to give somebody some life-affirming original music that they might not be able to buy at Walmart and all those, in the mall and all those places where we go, this is great great original, beautiful, life-affirming music. Not only does she have her original songs, but she also has complete CDs of the Native American flute like she played today. That'll just take you out into the ethers. Talk about going to the ethers. So please make sure and stop and say hello to Christy and take some music home with you. She will be doing the workshop, as I mentioned earlier. We're going to take, after service is over shortly, we'll take just about a 10 minute or so break and roll right into it. I will head out and get us some sandwiches, so we will have something to eat. So please, please stay, especially during this time of the holidays. It's a time where we might need some tools to help create peace. Christy is such a great teacher and workshop presenter, so please stay for that. Don't forget, Tuesday night, we will be having a full-scale concert, which you'll get to rock the house. So please plan to join us for that at 7. And then after that, she will be joining me for meditation on Wednesday night as well. So with that note, we're taking off of our spiritual education classes for December. Paul and Brenda are going to take a rest during the holidays with new plans to start back up at the beginning of the year. So we will not be having our Tuesday night classes, hence that why we'll be able to have the concert this Tuesday. Brenda, you have something you want to share? Yes. About the polka. You're going to do the polka? Okay.
Good morning, everyone. After December, we're thinking about, we've had some requests from people to actually have a group read a book, but Paul and I are not going to pick the book. We want suggestions from all of you. If there's any books that kind of stand out for several people, that's probably the one that we'll choose to begin with. If not, then we'll randomly pick a book from the suggestions that everyone gives to us. So please, 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 we want everyone to give some suggestions. We're trying to do something different, just to get some new energies flowing, for unity. And you can give those suggestions to either me or Paul, or you can leave them someplace in the front, and we'll pick them up off the thing. Thank you.
So Brenda, will it be like a book for a month or something like that? Is that how it'll be? Okay.
We'll look at it, every week for us. We'll probably go back to
Okay.
weekends are really hard for us. That's the summer problem.
Yeah.
But every weekend. But we're going to do it on Tuesday night still at 7 o'clock.
Very cool.
And we'll do it, every week.
All right. So you got a book that you love, that has touched you, that's rocked your world, and you want to go into a deeper discussion with the group about it, please let us know. I think that is such a great idea to be able to do that starting in January. Yeah. What about a book you read 2 pages and went, oh my God, I need help with this? One of those. Just anything that has inspired you or that you've thought about and been inspired by. But don't forget Tuesday nights for December, except this Tuesday is the concert. Tuesday we'll be taking off. We will continue to have meditation as usual. Also, I was going to mention you guys, one great way to help us raise money is so easy. We're part of the Amazon Smile program, and I know some of you are Amazon addicts. I've kind of become one myself. So when you go to Amazon to shop, all you have to do, instead of going to Amazon.com, go to smile.amazon.com and look for the charities. It says, what charity would you like to support? Unity Church of Metairie. And after that, from then on, every time you buy something, we get a percentage of it. And the products aren't more. They just generally give us a percentage. So that's something really good to think about during the holidays. Also, this is a time when many people are in need, and so we are giving to Second Harvest Food Bank, as we always do. Please continue to bring things, and we will have that delivered before the holiday Christmas time. Any kind of non-perishable food you think that might be good for the holidays, we love to give back into the community, and we love supporting Second Harvest Food Bank. We do have daily words available. The word that you heard earlier today is just a daily dose of inspiration that lasts for November and December. They're available in the bookstore. It's a great way to get your day started. They're just $5 a piece. Adam, did we get a CD today? Okay, awesome. We did get a CD of today's service. If you would like to take that home and rehear Christy's message, those are available, will be available in the bookstore shortly, and those are just $5 a piece. So instead of lunch bunch, we are going to be eating here, so we won't be having lunch bunch today. And I'm going to have Christy come back up. Where is she at back there? Yes, Sue. Today is birthday Sunday? Oh, okay, cool. Without Sam here, Sam's not feeling well today. So before we do that, we got to have let's have all of our December birthdays. Come on up. There's got to be more than just Troy. Come on, you birthday babies. That's it? And if you're at home on Facebook, just stand up and get off the couch and we'll sing to you there. So that's it? All right. And if you're just having a birthday at heart and scared to come up, we also have a cake. So Troy has his own cake today. Yes. So stay and have cake with us today. Don't get too much of a sugar buzz because we will be having sandwiches later. So we're going to sing to Troy. You ready? Me, 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 me. Everybody warm up a little bit. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. God bless you. Happy birthday. God bless you. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
We had a great little junior choir right here, I tell you.
That was awesome. And one more thing I was going to mention, I just went by it a minute ago, but Wednesday we will have our meditation at 6 p.m. as usual. Christy will be joining me, and we will still have our discussion at 7 p.m. on A Course in Miracles. So come and join us. Get inspired during the holidays. Christy's going to teach us a new song to head out through the day, which is a great affirmation to take with
A
us.
song from Ricky Byers Beckwith. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. And occasionally I'll throw in some other words to wash over us.
That's
Let's
easy
just
enough.
sing-
We
That's
let
easy
the
enough.
love wash over us.
We let the love wash over us. Gee, we let it be. Let's claim some peace to wash over us. We let the peace. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. You see the joy that's bouncing behind me? Let's claim some of their joy. We'll share it with them. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. We let the love. You ladies are doing great. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. One last time, like a prayer, we let the love. Let's hear your voices. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. I sure do love you. Thank you and bless you. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you so much, Christy. Please stay for the workshop, and I said we're going to go get some sandwich. We'll socialize for about 10 minutes and start at 12. We're going to say our prayer of protection to head out into the day. So if you can pop that up for us, Adam, please. I know he's back there with the CDs. Here we go with this affirmation. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Stay with us. Go visit CD and Christy and get some CDs, y'all. It's been an awesome day. Thank you for joining us.